The most dangerous moment in any journey is the moment you think you have arrived. We spend our lives climbing, we work, we forge, and we build. We put in the hours when no one is watching. We show up on the days when motivation is gone. We strike the iron in the silence. And eventually, we see the results. We see the numbers move. We see the subscribers join the forge. We see the views climb. We see the first signs of the boom we have been praying for. And in that moment, something shifts. But success has a hidden tax. It brings a new kind of noise. Not the noise of doubt, but the noise of expectation. The noise of maintenance. The noise of people watching. The noise of comparison. The noise of an ego that whispers, "You are a master now. You can stop hammering so hard. You've made it. You can relax. You can coast on what you've built." In the Stillness Smithy, we know that a smith who stops checking his foundation is a smith who will soon forge a crooked blade. Success does not mean you stop sharpening. It means the sharpening matters more than ever. Think about the anvil. It is a heavy, solid block of iron. It seems unchangeable, permanent, like it could never move. But after 1,000 strikes, even the anvil can shift. The vibrations accumulate. The foundation settles. The ground beneath it compresses. It can tilt by a fraction of a degree. Just 1 degree, almost invisible to the naked eye. If the smith does not stop to realign his foundation, every strike he makes from that moment on will be slightly off. Every blade will have a hidden curve. Every edge will be compromised. The defect will be small at first, barely noticeable. But over time, it compounds. 10 blades later, 100 blades later, the smith will wonder why his work no longer cuts the way it used to, why his reputation is fading, why his craft feels harder than it once did. And the answer is simple. He never stopped to check the foundation. Your mind is the anvil of your life? Most of the world is running at full speed on a crooked foundation. They are working harder and harder, on a system that is fundamentally out of alignment. They are hustling, grinding, pushing, but the results keep getting weaker because the foundation shifted, and they never stop to notice. They are chasing the result while their hardware is failing, while their habits are slipping, while their discipline is eroding, while their why is fading. True power is the courage to stop, to return to zero, to audit the basics, to ask, is my anvil still level? Are my fundamentals still solid? To reset the anvil. Even when the world is telling you to keep running. In the ancient traditions, there is a state of being called Fudoshin. It means the immovable mind. It is the ability to remain centered, not just in the middle of a storm, but in the middle of success. Anyone can stay disciplined when they are desperate, when they are hungry, when they have no choice but to fight. It is easy to be disciplined when you are hungry. It is hard to be disciplined when you are full. When the views are up, when the money is coming, when the praise is loud, when people are calling you a master, that is when most people lose their edge. They stop waking up early. They stop studying. They stop refining their craft. They start coasting. They start believing their own hype. And slowly, imperceptibly, the anvil tilts. Fudoshin is the realization that the 20th strike is no more important than the first, and the 100th strike is just another beginning. The master does not change his process because the results changed. He does not relax his standards because the world validated him. A master does not work for the boom. He works for the alignment. He finds his stillness not in the absence of work, but in the absolute precision of it. He strikes the iron on day 1 with the same focus, the same intention, the same reverence as he does on day 1,000, because he knows. The moment you stop honoring the basics, the moment you stop checking the foundation, you have already begun to fall. We are at a crossroads. The foundation is built. The trust of the system is rising. The world is starting to notice the smoke from our forge. Video 20. The edge of the breakthrough zone. The bamboo roots have spread far underground. The quench is complete. The blade is taking shape. Now is the time to go deeper, to strip away the distractions, to silence the ego that wants to celebrate, and return to the basics of the craft. Now is the time to check the anvil, to audit the foundation, to make sure that every element of your system is still aligned. Not because something is broken, but because maintenance is how you prevent the break. Do not look for the finish line. There is no finish line in the smithy. There is only the iron, the fire, and the next strike. The work does not end when you succeed. It deepens, it refines, it becomes more precise. Tonight, before you sleep, return to zero. Not because you failed, but because returning to zero is how masters stay sharp. Audit your foundation. Is your anvil still level? Is your fire still pure? Are your habits still aligned with your goals? Are your mornings still sacred? Is your focus still sharp? Success is not a destination, it is a discipline. And the moment you think you've arrived, the moment you stop checking the alignment, you have already begun the fall. One day, time will leave you. Make sure it leaves, knowing you didn't just chase the horizon. Make sure it leaves, knowing you stayed grounded. You checked the foundation. You honored the basics, even when the world was applauding. Make sure it leaves, knowing you were centered until the very end. Welcome back to the Forge.